Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here's another tutorial for you guys. I hope you enjoy it and let's get started. The foundation I'm going to use today is Makeup Forever High Definition Foundation, and I'm going to apply it with the Real Techniques stippling brush. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand first, and I'm going to pick it up from there with the brush and apply it all over my face. Basically, I'm just going to buff it into the skin. If it's one of the days today where you need to cover any dark circles or any blemishes, you can go ahead and do that. I didn't feel the need that I have to cover so much today, so I didn't. You can check my eyebrow tutorial. Now I'm going to stick on my shadow shields, and this will protect my under area from any eyeshadow fallout. Then I'm going to prime my lids using Urban Decay's Primer Potion to keep my eyeshadow in place throughout the day. And then I'm going to take this pointed crease blending brush, and I'm going to take the color Soft Brown by MAC, and I'm going to apply that into my crease and upper crease. So basically I'm going to blend that really well into the crease, and I'm gonna keep building the color gradually. I'm gonna do the other side as well. Just start with a little bit of eyeshadow and then build it as you go. So just moving back and forth, just blending that softly into the crease and upper crease, and this will warm up the crease basically and act as a transition color as well. Just gonna add a little bit more and blend that using back and forth movements. Using a flat synthetic brush, and this one's by Urban Decay from the Naked Palette 1, apply the shade Rice Paper by MAC to highlight the brow bone, and then just apply some soft brown with the flat shader brush on the lower lash line. Then take a 217 MAC blending brush and the shade Sketch by MAC and apply that on the outer V. And this will give your eyes some shape and definition, and just build the color gradually. So apply a little at a time. As you blend, keep adding more and just use the angles of the brush just to blend that out really well into the outer V. And it's not supposed to look too much, you just have to keep blending for it to appear really smooth. So just use the sides of the brush, just building the color into the outer V, and just keep going over it again and again. So now I'm going to take a MAC 213 brush, and I'm going to blend around the edges of the shade Sketch, and I'm just going to soften out around the edges and just blend really well. Using an Anastasia Beverly Hills shader brush, I'm going to apply the shade Sketch on the outer third of the lower lash line as well, and I'm going to blend it well. Then I'm going to take a NYX jumbo pencil in Milk, and I'm going to apply that in the center of the lid, both sides, and I'm going to blend that well using my fingers. I'm just going to dab it onto the lid, and this will act as a base for the pink shadow to pop. I'm going to apply this Royal Flush shade with the Stila 21 brush in the center of the lid, and the palette is by Lime Crime. So I'm going to pack this shade onto the center of the lid over the NYX jumbo pencil, and if you wanted to pop more, you can just add a little bit more of the pencil before you apply the eyeshadow. So I'm going for a softer look, so I only applied a little bit of the pencil as a base. The eyeshadow is pretty pigmented and it's definitely worth getting it. So after I apply this all over the center of the lid, I'm just going to blend out any harsh edges using a MAC 213 brush. Using the same brush by Stila, number 21, I'm going to take the thinner side of the brush and I'm going to take the shade Sketch by MAC. Same shade I applied on the outer V. I'm just going to shade the inner third of the lid. And I'm going to do both sides as well, making sure I blend well. And then I'm going to soften it out using a MAC 213 brush. Just blend around the edges. And apply the shade Sketch on the lower lash line as well using the same brush. Apply some MAC Smolder eye pencil on the waterline on both sides. It's time to line the eyes, and I'm using a Blackness gel liner by Solange Makeup, and I'm applying this using a MAC 210 brush. I love this brush because it's really thin and it gives you a precise application. So I'm going to extend the line into a wing, and then I'm going to stick as close to the lash line as possible and apply really thin towards the tear duct area, thickening it out as I get to the wing. So I'm just going to apply in the same way on the other side as well. Make sure I match both sides. If you watch one of my other videos, I've explained step by step how to apply the gel liner. It's pretty easy. So now I'm going to apply some mascara before I apply some false lashes, and the false lashes I'm using today are by She's Beauty 117. I'm going to remove the shadow shields and apply some under-eye concealer. I'm using MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer, and I'm applying it using the Queen brush by Hair Addiction. Now I'm going to set everything in place using a banana luxury powder, and I'm using a blush brush by MAC to apply this all over my face. Now I'm going to apply some bronzer, and I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills face angle brush and a MAC Mineralize Skin Finish powder in medium deep. I'm applying it in the hollows of my cheeks and the sides of my forehead, as well as the sides of my nose, and I'm just blending it really well. The highlighter I'm using today is by MAC and is Mineralize Skin Finish Natural, and the shade is Semi Precious Pearl, and I'm using a Bobbi Brown blending brush to apply this on the highest points of my cheekbones, and I really like the glow it gives. I think a highlighter is a must if you want a natural dewy looking skin. The blush I'm going to use today is Apricot blush by Bobbi Brown, and I'm applying this using a contour brush by Real Techniques on the apples of my cheeks. So you're just going to smile and just pop the shade on the apples of the cheeks, blending it towards the bronzer. To line my lips, I'm going to use Maybelline's lip liner, and the shade is number 15 pink. And then I'm going to apply some lipstick, and I'm using Elizabeth Arden Baby Pink. I'm going to apply this using a lip brush, and you're done. So this is the final look, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you're gonna be recreating it on Instagram, don't forget to tag Maya Mia Makeup for me to see your looks and possibly repost them on my page. If you have any suggestions, don't forget to comment below, or if you want any advice or you have any questions, you can just email me. My email address is in my bio. And remember always that you can use any products that you have at home. You don't have to go out there and buy everything that I have. Just improvise with colors. You can recreate this look using different shades as well. Just follow the same blending technique. Thank you again for watching, everyone. I will see you all again really soon with another look. And till then, stay blessed. Bye!